Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy and welcome to the second reproduction. I don't know anything about this game, I just opened it up and yeah, there is a pretty girl in a military looking uniform and there is like a demon looking guy and there is a pretty boy. And that's all I know, so let's start. Do you want to skip the opening scene? No. Because this is my first time playing. Oh, God. Why? The silvery light of the moon bathed upon my palms as a warm, damp sensation crawled along my fingers. The droplets had such a bright, vivid hue that it seemed like the only color allowed in this monotone world. From the corner of my blank mind, dark feelings flooded into me. Isn't this strange? I couldn't have. Oh, beautiful city of Almanon, or Almanon, Almanon. Sorry, I read that wrong. Almanon, a city blessed by the rain gods and the emblem of the sun god's resting place. The serene tune of the harp brought music to the sunlit courtyard, accompanied by a beautiful voice. I reached for my teacup and drank, quietly enjoying the music as I savored the tea's flavor. After slowly finishing my drink, I placed it onto the white marble table and glanced towards the two talented, yet beautiful girls before me. The girl on the right, dressed in green, wore her wavy flax-colored hair down to her waist. The other wore her glimmering silver hair in a bun, with the loose strands resting on her shapely bosom. The glittering decorations she wore, along with the golden harp her fingers danced across, made her glamour undeniable. Witnessing such a heavenly scene without having to pay so much as a penny made me feel like the luckiest person alive. As I engrossed myself in the calm atmosphere, a sharp call brought me back to my senses. Hey, Chris, are you listening? Christina! Sorry, you were playing such nice music I couldn't hear you. Oh, dear Celeste. Please remember that you are a lady. You shouldn't shout in such an unrefined manner. While chiding Celeste, she politely placed her hands in front of her dress and sat down. The girl named Celeste pouted in displeasure and retorted, But Fiona, I'm only going out of my way to sing because Chris said she wanted to listen. Don't be silly. Chris is still exhausted from her previous battle. Wouldn't she rather take a nap? And just like that, they started to argue. Still, they were both undeniably beautiful. In contrast, my appearance was uncouth to the point where I couldn't possibly be called feminine anymore. Simply put, I was in my military uniform. I didn't tie my hair into a bun like Celeste. I just left it down. It looked slightly curly, but that was its natural shape. I never bothered making an effort when it came to hair care either. Even though they were both my sisters, our differences in appearance saddened me from time to time. You think so too, don't you, Chris? Chris! Yeah, I was listening to the songs you were playing. I wasn't taking a nap or anything. We're not talking about that. Those demons interfered with the subjugation a few days ago, didn't they? Sickening creatures like them should just die, all of them. Apparently, the topic changed without me realizing. Sorrow clouded the expression of our eldest sister, Fiona, as she heard Celeste's words. Celeste, everyone has the right to live regardless of who they are. The same applies for demons. We have never even seen them in person, so why should we despise them so much? If Mother were to hear that, she'd be furious and label you a traitor again. Honestly, why are you so protective of those horrible things? I don't get you at all. Come on, Christina, help me knock some sense into her. You fought those things before, right? Celeste's disgust was understandable. Humans and demons had been at war with each other for a long time. Because they were blessed by the moon goddess, Lunaria, the demon race's powers were completely different to ours. Lunaria was a goddess who stood against the sun god, whom us humans worshipped. The demons were a ruthless, bloodthirsty race, nothing but savages who indulged themselves in pleasure and always stood against us. Although, according to the history books, humans and demons lived together over 1,000 years ago. But nothing resembling such peace remained today. Instead, champions were called upon to rid the world of demon lords, regarded by many to be the main cause of bad luck and misfortune. And now, only one demon lord remained. They're dangerous, but those demons... Oh gosh. Oh, Chris, there you are. The woman with misty gray eyes and long silvery hair called out to me. Her black dress was wrapped around her elegant form, and an almost holy radiance flowed out from her. Despite her gender, she had an aura of authority that would force even the most chauvinistic men to kneel and obey without further question. Her piercing gaze was undoubtedly the cause. Startled by her presence, the three of us immediately corrected our postures and nervously turned towards her. My deepest apologies, Your Majesty. Have you been searching for me? Oh, there's no need to be so courteous. It has been a long time since my daughters gathered together, so please, just call me Mother. I will. The person whom we called Her Majesty is Hilarious the 7th, I think. No, Hilarious the 8th. I forgot. V is 5, I is 1s. So that would be 8. Both Queen of Almanon and our mother. Naturally, we three sisters possessed the status of what many people called a princess. Every time I was reminded of that, I couldn't help but curse the heavens for not being born a prince. The second daughter, Celeste, was praised for her heavenly singing voice and was often compared to the divine bird Lamé, whereas the eldest daughter, Fianna, was recognized worldwide as a skilled harpist. I, however, didn't have any special skills that could be considered ladylike. I'd been tone deaf since childhood. Whenever I tried to sing, the birds would drop dead at my feet. Oh God. And whenever I played the harp, its strings would snap from the draconian strength I possessed. There was no way a noble from any kingdom would take a liking to someone like me, let alone propose marriage. However, God took pity on me and allowed me to discover a talent for something completely unexpected. Back when I was 9 years old, Mother often watched me as I played with the toy sword. From my jabs and movements, she came to a realization of sorts and decided to raise me as a champion. I guess it was a good thing in the end. I felt like I could finally relax, and my daily life felt satisfying and natural. Though sometimes I relaxed a bit too much and got scolded by the head knight. Oh, that's right, Celeste, we've found you a husband. Eh? The word husband startled the three of us. Ignoring our reactions, Mother continued. The ceremony will be held in a month's time. You will be marrying the King of Roland. The King of Roland? Mother, please wait. The King of Roland is 50 years older than her. How can he and Celeste possibly... A marriage between royal families is nothing but a contract. If she wants a younger man, then she can always have an affair. Mother, how can you say... No objections. Princesses are nothing more than diplomatic tools after all. You too, Fianna. You should go out and make friends with the few kings. Celeste, wait! Celeste ran away, her eyes brimming with tears. Fianna quickly gave chase, which left me alone in the courtyard with Mother. Unsure of what to say, I simply bowed. Mother. Yes? We all know that marriage is nothing but a convenience, but there's no need to phrase it so harshly. Don't worry. You won't be married off to some old king. I want you by my side serving me forever. I don't know why, but the way Mother acted around my sisters was completely different to how she acted around me. Though I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy it, I secretly took pride in getting special treatment. But recently there'd been a tinge of fear glimmering in Mother's eyes. I couldn't look at them anymore. I was sure it wasn't Mother's eyes that had changed, but me. I'd grown up. I was no longer a naive little girl, but an adult. I saw things differently now. Chris, you're the only one I could trust. But with those same lips, she could order any number of cruel and ruthless deaths if she wanted. Mother was praised by her people for being a kind and benevolent queen. But it was common knowledge that she'd crush any opposing army in a heartbeat, leaving none alive to bear witness. We had a loyal minister once who'd served us for a long time, who made the mistake of objecting to Her Majesty's political measures. He was later accused of treason. I still don't know where all the evidence against him came from. It was really suspicious, but even so... Yes, Mother, I live only to serve you. I did love my mother, and I was just as afraid of her leaving me. So, Mother, why were you looking for me? Oh, yes, I remember now. I came here to request something. No, actually, this is an order. I seek a secret task that only you can do. A secret task, you say? What could it... I assume you know about the destruction of the Crofts. I do, yes. A pitiful kingdom that was burned to the ground by Death Ride. I saw it with my own eyes when I visited the place. Death Ride, the only demon kingdom left, used to be an isolationist nation, but one day they suddenly attacked and destroyed an island kingdom across the sea. Oh gosh. I could still see the carnage whenever I closed my eyes. There were no witnesses. We only knew it was the demons due to the marks left on the weapons and flags amongst the rubble. Croft's actions before the incident also helped us join the dots. Honestly, it really was unnecessarily brutal. I know the Kingdom of Crofts broke their contract with the First Demon Lady Risty, but for such a calamity to befall them so soon after becoming neutral. And now the kingdoms all over the world have decided to take action against Death Ride. Even the Kingdom of Roland will soon join the cause. So that's why Celeste is marrying the King of Roland. Mother's dream is of unifying the kingdoms, and gaining true peace might actually come true. Thus, Chris. Yes? I want you to infiltrate Death Ride and assassinate the Demon Lord Gardis before our allied forces attack. If you succeed, the demon army will be in chaos, thus minimizing our own casualties and easing the victory. That's... King Gardis, the Demon Lord of Death Ride, possessed a terrifying amount of magical power. He'd completely annihilated every army that threw itself at his country. He was the main reason why Death Ride was still standing. If we deployed our army and attacked him head-on, he'd burn every single soldier to death. He was too dangerous in siege warfare, and that's why I had to infiltrate Death Ride and assassinate him. I had to. There is no better time than now to do it. Oh, Christina, our champion, I beg of you to bring peace to this world. Your wish is my command. I, Christina Ranzad, vow upon the name of the royal family of Almanan to defeat the heinous demon lord. I was aware of how dangerous my mission would be, with only the minimum number of troops backing me up. There was a chance I wouldn't be able to visit my homeland again. But despite that, the fate of the worlds rested on my shoulders, and it was my duty to see it through. I couldn't sing, and I always broke harps when I tried to play them. If all I could do was raise my sword and fight, then I'd gladly die doing so. Well said. You truly are my daughter. Mother caresses my cheek, praising my courage. I let myself relax, feeling a soft sense of happiness emerge within me. And yet, her hands felt so cold. Oh, hello, Princess. As I hurried to my room, a familiar face came rushing towards me. He came to a stop and gasped, trying to catch his breath. My tense expression relaxed. Lizette, is it true you're leaving tomorrow? Yeah, I am. I need some time to relax. You train harder than everyone else, whether it's snowing, baking hot, hurricane-forced winds, but now you want to go on a holiday. Well, yeah, I am an adult now. It's about time I started looking after myself a bit more. Aren't you younger than me? Honestly, I was awful at lying. And I was making my knight suspicious, just as I thought. Lizette was looking straight at me, trying to unravel my secrets. I knew I'd find it tough. I just can't lie to Lizette. Lizette was appointed my knight 3 years ago. He was a mere soldier until then. But by complete accident, we ended up fighting side by side on the battlefield one day. His skill and talent impressed me, so I quickly appointed him my knight. Lizette stood by my side ever since, and we trusted each other completely. We were just friends, though. We weren't attracted to each other. Our trust transcended even that. So, where is this place? Must be somewhere important if you can't even tell your number one knight about it. Princess? It's a date, you moron! Shouldn't that be obvious? Huh? You're joking, right? You, the princess, blind to anything even resembling romance, is going on a... Perhaps? Watch your tongue, Lizette. My apologies. So, who are you dating? There's no way I'm telling you that. It's too embarrassing. More like an embarrassing excuse, but it was the only way I could fool Lizette. Feeling awkward, I lowered my head, unsure of what to say. Maybe he'd mistaken my stuttering for the flusters of a girl in love, because Lizette simply sighed and said, what a relief. You're finally acting like a normal girl. About time, too. You really are stepping over your boundaries. Well, I'll be cheering you on regardless. Show 'em what you've got. Thanks. What a girl needs is courage. When in doubt, just charge straight ahead and it'll all go fine. Lizette clenched his fist in front of his chest, cheering me on. But seeing him do that made a sharp pain jolt through my own. To be honest, I felt bad the moment I saw him. I wanted to tell him the truth and let him come with me. But Lizette was more than just a knight to me. I couldn't drag my precious friend and retainer through the jaws of death. If someone has to die, let it be me and me alone. Ever since I became a champion, I'd accepted the fact that I would die alone. Princess. Oh, it's nothing, don't worry. I just feel a bit sad knowing I won't be seeing you for a while. A bit, huh? Oh yeah, don't forget to buy me some souvenirs, okay? What kind of knight asks a princess for souvenirs? You're a princess and I'm a knight. Her Highness Princess Christina's knight, to be exact. I'd be a failure as your retainer if I couldn't ask something that outrageous. You're right, of course, you'd be a bit weird. You're my knight after all. Oh? Lizette? This might be the last time we ever talk. Lizette's expression grew serious as I thought that. I tilted my head in confusion. What was he thinking? but before I could even open my mouth. What are... But that is all of the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. By subscribing, you're becoming part of a legacy. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye!